Hello, everybody. Good morning and happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's doing great. So I've got notes, some interesting notes from last night's meditation and a dream. I woke up to a dream, so I'll share all of that today. Occasionally people write notes like, oh, the reading starts at 7 minutes. The reading starts in 10 minutes. No, the reading starts as soon as I say, okay, I'm going to tell you what my meditation was last night. Because the meditation technique that I use at night is a type of reading. It's a way of trying to access information using the heart-centered meditation. So this is the first type of reading, and then if you don't like the meditation readings, you can just skip over to the tarot reading. But to be clear, this isn't us just having a conversation. This is me reviewing the notes that I took last night on my meditation. So there was a little bit of confusion about that. All right, so first thing I want to do is I stand corrected. People have been asking about Julian Assange, and the information out of London is all mixed up. Some news is that the Ecuadorian embassy is preparing to hand Julian Assange over to the British authorities. British police have surrounded the Ecuadorian embassy. From what I've been able to pick up, sense, feel, read about, he's been accused. He's got accusations, criminal charges against him in Australia, the United States, Great Britain, and Sweden. And actually, it's the Trump administration that's requesting his extradition to the United States. So. And then there's something going on with him in Australia too. I don't really know about that. So, do I think everything's connected? Yes. I want to talk a little bit about the Mueller Report because people are very, very upset. And I'm just going to tell you objectively, as I can, as close as I can, what it looked like happened, and we'll see how accurate it's going to be. But basically how it felt to me was that when Barr, I don't think that Barr is a, nefarious or that he was trying to do anything bad or evil. I don't think that's the right way to characterize Barr. I think what happened was that many people felt that, including Mueller, by the way, that there was so much attention on the investigation that it was preventing them. It was obstructive to the investigation. The FBI was having trouble collecting data. They were having trouble getting information. It was becoming ridiculous. There were reporters camped out at the courthouse trying to see about the sealed indictment. It got to be a circus, and it was a circus that went on for a couple of years as far as DOJ and the FBI were concerned. If anybody goes to trial, who's associated with this case, they're not going to be given a fair trial because the trial has already happened in the media. People reading the various different news outlets have already come to a conclusion about who's wrong, who's right. And so it was tainting potential jury pools, and it was also tainting potential grand jury, future grand juries. And so that was where Barr was coming from. It wasn't trying to suppress. It wasn't that type of thing. So what happened was he came onto the scene to try and stop this. The part of it was to stop the madness, not to stop the investigation, but to try and stop some of the madness that people were complaining about. They couldn't do their jobs, they were being threatened, they were being harassed in restaurants, etc. So he just wanted everything to get back to normal. So I think what happened was he met with Mueller, and he wanted a preliminary report about where are you at right now in the investigation. And I think he met with Mueller a couple of times. And Mueller had to write a report. Mueller had a certain amount of time he was given, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever, to wrap up where are you at right now. And that is why I feel that what Barr got was a kind of preliminary report. Here is where the investigation is as of now, 2 years into it. With all they've collected this much data on this case, and so what Barr did was he took he and Mueller started to divide up the various different investigations and ship them off and break them down so that the investigation could continue, but without all this press that could potentially poison jury pools in the future. And also, it's not fair to the accused because in America, you're innocent till proven guilty. So they started breaking down the investigation. This is how it looks. If I'm wrong, but this is how it looked to me. And sending stuff to SDNY, but also what was Mueller's investigation has been sent to various different sections of the FBI. I also got the impression that so that was what they could produce as a summary of where the investigation is as of now. And I got the impression when I tuned in that Trump was the one that had requested that Barr use in clear language that no collusion has been, that they did not collect sufficient evidence at this time to say collusion. That's really what they're saying. Because they're still collecting data, because they haven't got a grand jury, they haven't got a jury pool. Stone, whose phone conversations were intercepted, isn't going to be tried until November. So they're not ready to say, they are not far enough into the investigation to say any of that. So Trump wanted them to say no collusion. They gave Trump what he wanted in the statement. I believe Trump had some say in the final statement that Barr made in the 4 pages. I think that when he met with them, that was his request. And I think that Mueller's request was to put the language in that the report did not exonerate the president. So it was a way of just being as clear as possible about where the investigation is right now. This is why I think that the people who are Trump supporters need to calm down and not get so excited. They're jumping up and down and we won. But this is a preliminary, that's how I feel. And the report does not exonerate the president. So we've got a bunch of loose ends. The investigation's ongoing. It's just that this is how far we've gotten. Hope I've made that as clear as possible to people. And then the last thing I would say to people is that the last meditation, and this morning's meditation, it looked like ultimately what will take down Trump is the IRS. That was basically that he will be financially ruined because of years and years and years of lying on his taxes. So it's very possible that he'll be bankrupted because of tax evasion and money laundering, all of which was broken up and not discussed in the final shrinking Mueller report. But money laundering, tax evasion is probably going to bankrupt him financially. All right. Wasn't that fun? So we're going to go ahead and shuffle today, do a little shuffling, do a little card reading today. I've been asked to look at a couple of things. And the first thing we're going to go ahead and look at is whether or not the Mueller report is going to be released to the Congress in the coming weeks. Let's see first off what the future of the Mueller report will be. Will it be public? Will the Mueller report be public? Let's have a look. What will be with the Mueller report? Devastation, upset. 10 of Swords comes in the base card. People are very upset about the Mueller report. Enlightenment, reason, higher purpose. Hierophant comes in. It's interesting, Hierophant has multiple meanings. One is dogma, or a feeling like you have to follow the rules. Department of Justice rules, like what are the rules? The rules are there for good reason, to protect the accused, protect investigations, etc. But there's also a higher purpose associated with the Hierophant. People are wanting to follow the rules. This is Bar's card, I think. I think Bar may be a water sign. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but he seems to be showing up as a King of Cups in the card chart. If he's not a water sign, for whatever reason, he comes across as a King of Cups. How the money was harvested. You know what I'm starting to think after last night's meditation? That they are following the money. That they are following the money. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this after I finish this card reading, but basically, people of interest are being compromised by foreign governments through money laundering, etc. And what the feds, it was a large investigation by the feds to try and find how money was being laundered via foreign governments to people of interest. So that's the bigger investigation, but it's basically how people harvest their money. This is also probably what's going to start taking down people who were part of this type of corruption. I do have faith in the Department of Justice. I do believe that they support the rule of law. I do think Rosenstein does support the rule of law, and I think that they're going to do the right thing, but they simply don't want anything to be disturbed. It's gotten out of control, and it's affecting people's ability, agents' ability to do their work. But we're really looking at corrupt money, bribery, etc. And that's really the main thing that people are going to prison for, whether it's Manafort or Stone or anybody else. They're getting them on money laundering, tax evasion, and not declaring where the money came from. And unfortunately, Trump is one of the people that's acquired money from questionable sources. Like the president or not, if he took money from questionable sources and then didn't declare it on his taxes, that would be against the law. It feels to me when I look into this energy that Barr is surprised by the pushback he receives from the Democrats. Like he is shocked at how aggressively they are trying to get the Mueller report. I don't think that Barr expected this kind of response. He thought he would simply update people on where the Mueller report is at this time, because the Mueller report is not a completed investigation. It's simply a report of where they're at right now. I cannot stress that enough. And so I think Barr wanted to be fair. He wanted to put in no collusion found at this time in order to respect the president, who he feels has been vilified and condemned and convicted without a trial. So he gave the president what the president wanted without exonerating the president. I think that Barr will be trying to make a peace offering, and he's in a very difficult situation, because on the one hand he wants to respect the civil rights of the people that have been accused, and again, that's the right thing to do. It also would prevent future juries from being tainted. I totally get where he's coming from. At the same time, he's going to try and offer a small redacted version of the Mueller report to satisfy the Democrats, and we will see more investigations in the future, but it's got to be in a way that's not going to interrupt or disturb ongoing investigations. You can see here a Six of Cups moving in, which is a peace offering. So I think that Barr will be giving additional information to the Democrats. We can see an outcome here. The thief attempts to flee or run away. So there is this feeling that information is being suppressed or that somebody is trying to get away with something. And then the clarification that probably within 1 month we'll be able to see a heavily redacted version of the Mueller report, or at least those people that need to see it. Investigations will continue, I think, and we're still looking at connections overseas. I don't think anything has changed. So basically what I would take away from this reading is that nothing has changed. The investigations continue. We're at the halfway point in terms of data collected, and the end result for this president and for the people who he associated with is that they will pay a financial price, and that most likely these individuals will be convicted. The feds will get the feds are going to get them on tax evasion. The people who are under investigation, the people that Mueller went after, Mueller is going to get them because he's going to find the money, and he's going to find the money that was hidden from the feds that they didn't pay taxes on. That's what they got Manafort on, and that is what they're going to get a bunch of other people, and most likely this president as well. How they harvested the money, an inverted 7 of Pentacles. That they were hiding money, that they were not letting people know, that it was coming from questionable sources, and the investigation continues. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. It's really interesting times we live in, and don't buy into the hype from either side. Just be cool. I don't think that Barr is evil. I don't think most of the Republicans are evil. I think most people want to do the right thing, and I see both sides of the argument. And yeah, we just need, if nothing else, we are learning patience from this experience. All right, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.